friends, this video on anatomy of flowering plants part 9 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. On phloem, and let us have a quick recap of xylem versus phloem. So what are the differences that we observed when we spoke about the two? So talking about the direction of conduction or the direction of transport, xylem is unidirectional, that is, it is always downward to upward, whereas phloem is bidirectional, upward to downward, upward as well as downward. Xylem, it transports water and minerals, whereas phloem, it transports food and nutrients. Okay, xylem, mostly they are dead tissues except xylem parenchyma, whereas phloem, they are mostly living tissues except phloem fibers. So in xylem, out of 4 elements, 3 are dead, whereas in phloem, out of 4 elements, 3 are living. Xylem occurs at the center of vascular bundle. Phloem occurs on outer side of the vascular bundle. So when we talk about the vascular bundle as a whole, you can see it in this picture. So in this picture, if you see, you can see xylem and phloem. So if you consider, just look at any one picture. Do not confuse yourself with too many pictures. Just look at the first one, because the later ones are all complicated for you right now. Once we go through the entire lesson, at the end I'll show you the same picture and I'll explain you the second and the third one. So for now, you just look at the first one and you see where is the xylem. This is primary xylem. And where is the phloem? This is primary phloem. So the phloem always occurs on the outer side of the bundle. This entire thing is known as vascular bundle. So basically this is your stem. So if you look at the cross section of a stem, you cut the cross section of a stem and it is just a portion of the cross section. Like you suppose you cut a cross section from here. So what will you get? You will get something like this, a plate-like structure. You cut one piece out of this like this. So this piece will look somewhat like this. So xylem will always be found towards the center, somewhere around here. And the phloem will always be towards the outer side. So here if you see, this is the xylem. This green colored structure, dark green which you see, that is your xylem. And which is the phloem? This light green structure is the phloem. So this is basically phloem and this is xylem. So xylem lies towards the center of the vascular bundle and phloem lies towards the outer side of the vascular bundle. So these were the major differences between xylem and phloem, and with this we end our discussion on plant tissues. So just to wrap it up, we will quickly have a look at the differences between simple tissue and complex tissue. So simple tissue were quite simple. They were made up of one type of cell, that is similar cells, whereas complex tissue made up of different types of cells. Simple tissue occurs in all parts of plant, whereas complex tissue occur only in the vascular region. Because when we talk about simple tissues, we are talking about parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. So they are present almost everywhere. Parenchyma being the packing tissue, it is present almost inside the leaf, inside the stem. It is also present in the vascular bundles. So vascular bundle is basically xylem and phloem, which are complex tissue. So even in xylem and phloem also we see xylem parenchyma, we see phloem parenchyma, we see phloem fibers which are nothing but sclerenchyma. So the simple tissues are present everywhere, but complex tissue, that is xylem and phloem, are present only in the vascular region and nowhere else. Simple tissue perform a variety of function. They can provide support like sclerenchyma, they can provide flexibility like collenchyma, they can help in food storage like parenchyma. Complex tissue perform only one function, that is conduction. Mainly conduction is the function. Otherwise, your phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers and xylem fibers provide some support as well, but basically they are again the sclerenchyma tissue, right? So the main function which they perform is conduction. Simple tissues examples would be parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, and complex tissue examples would be xylem and phloem. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more videos, attempt free online test, get free study material, find tutors and mentors. Thank you once again.